Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Yazid Muhammad Rizki Hanif Nurhalim. I am a student from the Biology Education Program at the University of Lampung class of 2022. On a daily basis, I am immersed in all things science, especially biology. From human anatomy, ecology to genetics, that's my world. But honestly, beyond studying living organisms and the processes of life, I have another interest that not many people know about: literature. I really love reading, not just textbooks but also fiction and non-fiction books, from classic Indonesian novels to philosophical works. I could spend hours just sitting and reading. For me, reading feels like opening a window into a new world, a space where we can reflect on who we are, where we come from, and where we're going. And out of all the books I've read, there's one non-fiction book that completely changed the way I see humanity, history, and life itself. It's called Homo Sapiens by Yuval Harari. Some of you might already be familiar with it, but for me, reading this book was extraordinary. As a biology student, I'm used to viewing humans through a scientific lens. As living organisms, part of the animal kingdom, a species called Homo sapiens. But Harari takes that definition so much deeper and broader. He presents humans not just as biological entities, but as narrative beings, creators who live through the story they tell. In this book, Harari explained that human evolution isn't just about physical changes, but also about our ability to form collective imaginations. For example, the moment humans started believing in myths, religions, ideologies, even financial systems, all of this in essence are set fiction we've collectively agreed upon. And according to Harari, that's what's enabled Homo sapiens to dominate the planet. What's fascinating is how Harari connects human development to three major revolutions: the cognitive revolution, the agricultural revolution, and the scientific revolution. And in each of these phases, humans made giant leaps, not just in how they live, but in how they thought. It made me realize that history isn't just a list of dates and events. It's a matter of how the human mind has evolved and made sense of the world. There's one part that really stuck with me. Harari says our ability to cooperate in large groups isn't because we're stronger or faster, but because we can believe in things that aren't physically real, like nations, law, or even communists. That blew my mind. When you think about it, almost all the systems we now see as normal are built on the abstract foundation of collective belief. As someone who studies biology, I'm trained to look for empirical evidence, things that can be measured, observed, and tested. But this book taught me that science and stories aren't opposites. In fact, they can walk side by side. Human evolution isn't just about genes, it's also about ideas, but about how one story can reshape the course of civilization. Homo sapiens is not your typical history book. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, challenging everything you thought was certain, and maybe that's the power of literature and thoughts. It can touch parts of our humanity that grasps our formulas alone cannot explain. For someone like me who is to thinking in terms of data, logic, and empirical proof, this book is like a bridge to a broader realm of thought evolution. It isn't just about DNA, it's also about ideas, imagination, stories, and that's when I realized science and literature aren't two worlds clashing. They are two worlds that can complement each other. Science teaches us how to live, literature helps us ask why we live. Homo sapiens doesn't hand you definitive answers, but it does make you question all the things you thought or you already knew. So if you are curious about how humans ended up where we are today, not just biologically, but culturally and socially, I highly recommend this book, especially if you come from a science background like you do. This book acts as a kind of bridge between knowledge and the deeper meaning of being human. Finally, maybe this is one of the reasons why I've fallen in love with the world of literacy. Because through reading, I can be a scientist, a philosopher, and a human being more aware of my own complexity. Thanks for listening to my story. See you in the next conversation. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.